Welcome back again to Playdays Collectibles. From where? Whittier, California. And today, of course, is it's still Wednesday, guys. Wednesday, late afternoon, evening. What can I say? And welcome back into your channel, my channel, everybody's channel. Be lucky to be live, guys. Look at this awesome, super size Hot Wheel 1965 Ford Mustang GT 350, guys. According to the owner of this place, says that he told me that this is pure correct car, colors, parts, interior. Look at that. Oh my god, this is cool, guys. Look at this. Oh my god, look at the extra wheel on the back. Oh my god, this is an awesome car, guys. Look at that. Oh yeah, he's ready to race. Wow, the vents to cut off the brakes. Wow, this is cool, guys. Awesome car. Look at the wheels. Oh my god, this brakes all the way around. And he told me the story behind this car. He's had it since he was 6. So imagine his dad gave it to him when he was 6 years old. Awesome car, guys. Look at that. Whoa. And he takes it to race to Laguna Seca, other racetracks. And he drives it there. He doesn't even trailer it, okay? He said it's his daily driver, and that's what cars are made for. So he said he built it himself, he fixed it up himself the way he wanted it, with all brand new parts, racing parts, and Pierre Craig Ford Mustang parts. And he says that's what they're made for. They're awesome. Look at this. Pretty cool. Awesome pieces, guys. Pretty cool. Look at this awesome car, man. Look at that. Oh my god, that is cool. Wow, guys. This is a dream car right here. Look at this. Pretty awesome. I like the wheel on the back. Look at that. Look at these vents right here. Pretty awesome right here, guys. Look at the steering wheel. I like the old school stuff. Look at this. Stick shift, GT 350. Awesome, guys. Look at that chrome. Look at the seats. Wow, this is the real stuff, guys. Look at the muffler, the side right here. Awesome, guys. He's inside looking for more Mustangs, but he said it's okay for me to videotape his car. He said that's what classic are made for, guys. Drive them every day. He goes, I drive my car every day, and this is the only car I have, and I don't have no second backup car. So this one breaks down, I have to get it fixed, and then put the Pierre Craig parts. And here we have the owner. Here's the owner, guys. So how long have you had your car? Since what age?
No, I did back in 2006.
Oh, 2006. Oh, 2006.
Puts it at almost 20. What's that? 20 years.
All right.
18 years. Yeah.
My God. And was it this color when you got it?
Yeah, it was a cheaper paint job. The decal, the stripes were decals and stuff, vinyl decals.
So so the decals are paint?
No, now it is.
Oh, now it's paint.
So the paint body guy in Fullerton, I had him do this a couple years ago, and it's a correct Wilmington white. It's got the correct blue. They looked up the code, the paint code for it.
Okay, all right.
So I had everything done the right way. They're even tapered like they should be. And then I added my own touches. These are the correct competition R model caps. They go on the Torque D's, but I painted them to make them kind of different.
So they came like that originally like that with those caps?
Well, they were metal finish.
Oh, okay.
If I reverse it, you'll see the metal, but I wanted to paint them just look different.
All right.
So like if I'm on the track, you can see the wheels centers. You go, oh yeah, that's Dennis. Because when you see other GT 350s, they all kind of look the same.
Yeah.
To a degree.
Well, it looks cool, man. I like it. And
thank you.
did it come like that with the roll cage?
No. The guy added that in a couple years ago.
Okay.
This is a 4-point. Eventually, I want to get a cross piece so I can a detachable one. So
okay.
I can keep the
all right.
rear seat accessible, but yet I want to be able to put my 4-point harness on.
All right. Let's see what how the engine looks like. Oh my God! Look at this, guys. That's a chrome in here.
Just the valve covers.
Whoa.
This too. I wanted black, but they only had chrome, and I'm like, well, it kind of adds a little bit to it. Why not?
My God.
I like more of the stock look. This actually is reminiscent to the K code, because the K codes is what were optional for the K code Mustang. That's why I call K codes. It's the higher performance 289, 271 horse. That's the basis platform that Shelby used, and then he modified it from there.
All right.
This one here I made into a 331 stroker. But what's cool is it's a reproduction exact reproduction of the air cleaner and valve covers for a K code. These stickers are actual real stickers that they use on the K codes.
Oh my
A
god.
buddy of mine had extra ones. He gave me a couple sets.
That is cool. It looks clean, man.
That's pretty
No.
better. He had it done a couple years ago.
No engine, no oil leaks.
Well, that's something else. It does leak oil only because it's an early 68 block.
Okay.
The 302s that were first made, I forgot how many years, but the first that were made, they had 2-piece main rear seals.
All right.
And they're prone to leak. So later on, they switched it to one single main.
Oh, okay.
It's the design of the engine. And unfortunately, had they told me or had I known that, I would have got a more updated block. But I kept the same block. But the reason why I did keep this block, even though it's not the original engine to the car, is back in 2010, it's the only time I've ever done it because I've done bolt-ons. 2010, this engine, not in the States and now, but this engine I actually hand-built.
Oh my gosh, somebody you hired to do it, or you?
No, I did it myself.
Oh.
My neighbor walked me through it. He was an old GM guy, and he worked for Caterpillar and stuff. And he built a hot rod at his house from the ground up.
Oh my god.
And his hot rod was sitting in the garage that he designed for his hot rod because he ran out of space in his waiting garage. So he let me use his garage, and over the course of a summer, on weekends when he was available, we worked on this engine.
Oh my god.
Not in the state it is now, because the paint and body guy did that. The same engine company actually built this engine for me this time. That's why I said they never told me that it had a 2-piece main and I should go with a different engine.
Oh wow.
Otherwise I would have. But the same engine I had before, it was still 9-to-1 compression. It had a RV cam in it the way I built it, so it was pretty mellow. At the time when I built it, I looked up the engine code, and what was cool I like about this engine, I found out that it read in the book. I made sure I double checked, but it says a 1968 302 block belonging to Big Body Ford, and it had a destination from Ford to go to Home and Moody.
Oh my
And
god.
if nobody knows what Home and Moody is, if you ever see Ford versus Ferrari, the 3 Ford GTs that cross the finish line.
Yeah.
The black car was through Ford. The Ken Miles car, they call it Dennis Hume, but Ken Miles car, the #1 car, that was through Shelby American. The gold car that placed third place, the #5 car, that was built by Home and Moody.
Who are they? Like, are they?
They were
racing guys or
engine
what?
builders that built engines for NASCAR, offshore drag boats, drag racing, NHRA. They were the go-to builders to build engines for all these different sports, motorsports.
Oh my god.
But that's why Ford, they wanted to have different Ford GTs or GT40s racing in Le Mans. But they wanted different teams to do it. So they had the Ford team, the Shelby team, and then they had the Home and Moody team.
So were they maybe all connected somehow?
Well, I mean, they all had the Ford GTs.
Yeah, exactly.
Ford
But different kind of like specs of the engine probably.
Well, yeah, they were all 3 427s.
Okay.
All of them had 427s that were through Ford. But it's just that the team sponsored and kind of like built the car
All right.
on their terms. You know.
So in other words, Ford wanted to win no matter what.
Exactly. Yep. So, but Home and Moody, I found out in 2014, I went to the 50th anniversary celebration for the Mustang in Vegas. And I found out that Home and Moody's still around because they had a brand new 15 Mustang in red and gold trim. That's their colors.
Oh, wow.
So later on when I got back, and I did the engine in 2010, mind you. So back then, in 2014, I came back home and I called up Home and Moody. I'm like, you guys keep track of your engines? You know, because the engine code, they said, no, they don't. I was hoping to find out if it belonged to a car they had. Maybe they had a specific car.
Yeah, that belonged to.
But no, that's okay. So it's got a little bit of its own history, its own.
That's cool, man.
To its own right.
Yeah.
So that's why I love the engine. I kept the engine. But like I said, if I would have known about the 2-piece gasket setup, I would have changed that. So evidently, I still have to deal with that problem. Just like the new GT350s that came out, I have to go through oil.
I think a lot of cars that are high performance burn a lot of oil.
Well, generally, like what they told me too was the way the cranks are designed. Sometimes because they're looking for pressure, anywhere they can escape, that's where they escape from. So I had them at first tell me that the way this crank is designed from the company, it's got these little marks on it.
Oh,
and
shit.
it's possible they made their way through the marks. That's what they originally told me.
Oh, all right.
The oil escapes, yeah. But I found out later that it's probably the 2-piece seal. So.
But that's why I have to keep an eye on your oil level then.
Yeah. Well, I do. And on top of that, I actually carry my trunk. I carry cardboard with a trash bag and I roll it up. Oh. So when I'm at home, because the wife doesn't want any stains in it, I roll it out.
You put it on the bottom.
I keep it with me. I mean, it sucks, but hey, it works. It runs. There's nothing wrong with the engine. It runs beautifully. I love it.
Okay, what's the top speed on this car right now?
Oh, I don't.
You never tried it?
No, I mean, I've gone probably about 120.
Oh, okay.
I still have room because it's a 5-speed. It's from the T5 is from an early 90s Mustang. I know.
Okay, all right.
Maybe a 91. It's not a world class, just a T5, but I'm not pushing 400 horsepower plus out, so I don't have to worry about it. But I've had this transmission the whole time. I run a Senate Forge dual friction clutch, and this has got a clutch. It does have a hydraulic clutch in it, so it's nice on the legs, so I don't get my knees like, going out. So it does have that creature comfort, and it does have in the distributor, it does have a Petronix igniter instead of the old points.
All right, that's better.
Oh, it is. But it still uses the old coil, basically. It still uses the spark plug wires. It still uses, so everything's still old school. I run hydraulic lifters. I don't go with solid because those you have to keep adjusting. So hydraulic is more
better.
usable. But the OVC guys that built the original GT350s back in the day, they're still around, and they actually made continuation. I found out they're replicas, but they're making continuation replicas of the GT350s. Only 36 of them, and they're like $3.25 when you buy them.
Oh my God!
And they'll only take original K-code Mustangs, just like they did back in the day. They won't take any. They won't take my car. If I wanted to have it built,
that's to be real.
They won't even take like a Dynacorn body. It's got to be an actual registered 65 K-code Mustang.
Oh my God!
Yep. And there's 2 or 3 of the guys still alive, and
holy!
They built them in 2015, and they're still building them today. They have obviously younger guys that actually hands-on, but they oversee everything. But what's cool about that is what people don't realize, Pete Brock actually designed certain components on the car that were never used.
Why? What do you mean?
Because at the time when Ford was racing the Shelbys, they didn't have time to mess with, the prototype mechanics of it. So they said, no, this works, just put it in there. So one of the big things that they did, mind you, the Mustang was based off the Falcon. It uses the Falcon undercarriage. The Falcon, it's basically a Falcon with a Mustang body. Yeah. That's why 65 and 6 are different from 67. 67, they actually widened the car and made it bigger.
Oh, wow.
Not only accept the bigger engine, but it actually made the Mustang more of its own instead of a Falcon.
Just the body then, the body.
That's why the 65 Mustangs, if you look at like my dash, they call it the Falcon dash because that's the way the Falcon speedometer goes.
Oh, so it's the same thing? Or just the components?
Yeah, but the GT models and also 66 and on up, they went with the 5 cluster.
So basically a Falcon, driving a Falcon that has the same maybe engine is the same speed then?
Yeah, but the body panels are Mustang. So, but that was a quick way for them to get the cars together because they could just throw the body and stuff on a...
So it's just the body. That's basically it.
Well, it's just like the Mustangs that came out in 05.
Yeah.
They were actually, the chassis was from the Lincoln.
Oh my God.
They were. It was a Lincoln chassis. And they threw the Mustang on it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, at the time, the modern Lincoln.
Yeah.
It was the modern Lincoln framing and stuff.
That's just crazy.
Yeah. So they did that with the Mustang. Yeah.
It was kind of like my friend told me too. The Maverick has same parts as the Mustang too.
I don't know because
that's the 70s.
Smaller.
The 70s.
It's similar in design to a degree. It's got that sports car design. See, the Mustang's based off a sports car.
Okay.
Long front engine car, short rear deck. That's what the sports car is. Primarily 2-seaters. That's why the competition car only had 2 seats. Because to compete in the sports car, CCA or a...
They had to eliminate the seats on the back.
But anyways, yeah, I'm a Shelby guy and I can't even tell you that right. But anyways, to compete, one of the criteria was you had to have a 2-seater. Can't be 4 seats. Mustang was a 4-seater, even though it had 2 doors.
Yeah, I know, that's true.
Right, because the Icoca wanted to come out with the Mustang because all the baby boomers are growing up now and had money because World War II was done. And now they're growing up to where they can afford a second vehicle, but they didn't want to get another big car. So the Icoca came up with the idea of the Mustang.
Wow.
So, and of course, when Ford caught wind, they're like, hey, we want them to race. And of course, they went to Shelby because they saw what Shelby's Cobras were doing, tearing up all the tracks. And also, they saw what Carroll did with his Daytona Coupes.
Oh, yeah,
They actually won the prototype GT class in 64.
So Shelby did the Daytona Coupes?
Yeah.
Oh, those, the longer one on the front.
They only built 6 of them.
Oh, wow.
That's it.
Worldwide, and that's it.
Worldwide, but there's a company now that there's different companies like Factory 5 that makes them.
Yeah.
Superformance is the only company that actually licensed through Shelby because they do have the patent. They're allowed to use the patent design, which is of the original.
So
everything's designed to spec.
Those cars were pretty bad. They look like wow.
Yeah, no, they're pretty cool. But the guy that designed them, Pete Brock, Carroll Shelby picked them up because Pete Brock actually designed the second generation Corvette.
Oh,
So
really?
the popular split windows Stingray from
Yeah.
65 and 6 or whatever, that was Pete Brock's design.
Oh my
and when
God.
he designed that, Carroll Shelby saw what he did, so he said, hey, I got these Cobras, but I can't do 170. I can only do like 140 because the wheelbase is too short on the Cobra. It's open cockpit. I need you to design something where I can race Le Mans. So he came up with the design of the Daytona Coupe. He was also significant with certain parts, like I was saying earlier, on the GT350.
Oh, wow.
Like the plexiglass that you see with the slit in it.
Yeah.
That's the after design. The original design he had, it actually had brackets on each side, and when you look at the side profile, it looked even like the fastback, and the middle dipped down. But the production one was real cheap. They just got plexiglass, and if you look at the side view, it actually goes like this and has a bend, and it's shy from actually the fastback roof top.
Oh, wow.
If you look,
I never noticed.
the
I never even
competition
noticed that.
Not the street cars. Street cars have
Just the ones for the racing only. Then.
the ones they race.
Wow.
So there is a difference. But Pete Brock had a different idea in mind. But again, because they were trying to bust these cars out to race and sell and stuff, they said, nah, we're not going to do that. The other significant thing that they actually designed, like I said, the Falcons, they actually had a 64 Falcon as a test mule.
Oh my God.
They actually had an independent rear suspension for the car.
Wow.
They only built one prototype that was on that Falcon.
Yeah.
They were going to put it on the Mustang, but it never happened. The designs disappeared, the parts disappeared. Back in 2013, they tracked it down. They found the original designs, the parts. Now they make newer parts. Those parts are able to remanufacture them.
Wow.
And when you spend $300,000-$400,000 to have one built for you, you can make it the way they built it back in the day, or you can make it the way they envision, and you can have the IRS put in. You can have that special roof in the back.
Wow.
Yep. So,
But what do you think? What do you think is better? What do you think is better? Original look, non-racing, or?
Oh no. What Pete Brock did actually was better, because when you look at the side profile, it looks fastback. When you look at the competition car, the way they were raced and the way they came out, when you look at the back window, like it says, as it comes up to the roof, shy before it has a bulge and goes in.
Oh wow.
So you can see it do that.
So it's kind of squared and kind of like a squared.
So like if you look at mine, the window comes down like this. It actually goes like this, and it goes kunk like that. And there's a gap like this much, because they put a hole here for air to flow through.
Oh, okay. So it's just to cool off what, the brakes or something? Or
Well, for two reasons. One, put air in the compartment for the driver. Number two, the stock windows were having problems popping out at high speeds.
Oh.
So they put that in there to keep air going through, so it wouldn't pop the windows out.
That is crazy, man. I never knew that.
But see, Pete Brock designed it to where it came up like this, and in the middle dipped down where the hole is. So when you look at the side, it actually looked like it was with the roof line.
Wow.
There's a metal bracket here. But because there was extra work involved, they said, no, we don't want to do that.
Too much work. Were the windows made out of what? Some
It was
kind of
plexiglass.
special material?
Like a plexiglass.
Oh, okay.
The same,
but thicker
same
probably.
stuff used for like canopies on
But probably thicker.
planes and stuff.
Yeah.
But there's so much more that was involved. And here's what people don't realize too. When they were testing the GT350, the scoop was actually backwards.
Why?
Because it's more functional as an induction, cattle induction.
Well,
That's why a lot of cars have vents here.
Oh,
even the new
yeah,
ones.
that's true.
Right
That's
here,
true.
Because what happens is the air circulates, it hits the window and does this. Okay? They knew that back then. They turned it around, but the Ford execs came out and saw it, and they said, that looks stupid. We want it the other way.
Because it looks cooler.
It looks better. Right. So that's why they went there.
So what do you think? The way they left it like that, would it still be able to help you in performance-wise?
Well,
or?
obviously it'd add a few more horsepower here and there. You know, it's
Yeah.
allowed to, it'll get more fresh air in,
Yeah.
create more horsepower. I don't know how much. I don't know if it was like maybe 25 horsepower, 15, 25,
Not
30,
bad.
I don't know. But at that point, they're like...
But imagine, okay, you just give me an idea. That I had both sides open. What would have happened?
Well, see, I toyed with the idea on my own, just for the fun of it, to actually cut slits here.
Yeah,
Just to
exactly.
see if it would flow. But then again, that's cutting into it and stuff. I don't want to do that. That was an idea I had, but no, I want to keep it looking like what they did.
Maybe somebody did do it already. You know,
Maybe.
tried it. You know, different ways. Maybe it has two vents going down.
Yeah, it's
one the other
possible.
way. You know, to cool it off, or maybe to put more air in there.
But the scoops here are functional. The original cars didn't have these until the crossover carryover cars, and then 66s did.
So it goes inside right here, or what?
Yeah, there's a hole there. And
Oh, yeah.
inside here, there's actually a tube and then it comes out right here. You'll see a hole.
Yeah.
And the air kind of travels through, and it blows on the brakes.
Wow.
So for drum brakes, they help keep them cool.
That is cool, guys.
This is disc, so it doesn't really matter as much, but it still helps out.
It looks cool. It makes the car looks way better, like a body kit, you know.
And the same with the front here. These have ducting too. So they go in here, these holes, as air travels around, air gets trapped in here, and it actually flows through these right here. See?
Oh wow! That's
and then
to cut off the brakes too.
On the caliper, right next to the caliper by the brake, there's a plate there where it comes out with an opening, and it's mounted to that plate, and the air goes through and blows onto the brakes.
Whoa, that's cool performance, man.
Mind you, they did have disc in the front back then.
Oh, back then they
even
did?
with disc, it helped keep it cool.
Wow. I did see that part in the racing in the movie, you know, Ford versus Ferrari.
Yeah.
Where the brakes were getting hot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you're talking about cars that are running, 160, 170 all the time, and coming down and just slowing down to 50 for a turn.
Too much heat.
The brakes were getting hot.
Too much heat.
Yeah.
And let's learn something here. Why come we have to put tape in here?
Well, for my own thing right now, it's because this glass is cracked.
Okay.
It's loose, but the light still works.
All right.
I just got lazy. I already bought new headlights. But the problem was, I didn't want to change them, so I put tape on here. Because in reality, when you race a car, a lot of guys would put tape on.
Yeah,
here
that's what I've seen a lot. Yeah.
Because if a rock hits it, it keeps it from shattering.
Oh.
That's why you do that.
Now we know, guys.
Yeah, just for fun, I leave mine on there. But eventually I'm going to take these lights.
Yeah, I
out.
always wonder. I see a lot of cars like that with tape on it.
Yeah. And then if you ever see cars with two little hash mark stripes here,
Yeah.
that marks the car. Back in the day, they had them color coded, so when they're on the track, they can track the car.
Oh, that's
They know
what it
which
was
car's on
for.
their team.
Yeah, a lot of Datsuns have that
Yeah.
stuff.
So I mean, think about it. If you have like 5 or 6 teams running GT350s or whatever, it
Who's
gets
who?
confusing which car's which.
So each team will have a different color.
Yeah,
then?
one will have red, one will have green, one will have blue stripes. That they're made so they can look through binoculars and go. They're on the driver's side, so when they're going around track, they go, "Oh, there's our car. Okay, they're right there."
Now I
That's
know
why they had those
something
hash
cool
marks.
about racing. Wow.
My old paint job, it was getting faded and stuff, but I had 2 gold ones on the other side, the driver's side.
Wow.
To kind of pay
Something
tribute to that.
something new that we learned, guys, about racing.
Yep. And then Terlingo Race Team, that was designed by Bill Neal, who was a good friend of Carroll Shelby. And back in Texas, back in the 60s, they'd go to an Indian reservation and they have chili cook-offs there. So the whole point for this is obviously,
Oh, that's why it has this, huh?
yep, to
Right
go
there.
against Ferrari with their logo. They made this one, and what that is, that's the Jackrabbit.
Oh, it's a Jackrabbit?
And if you look at this paw, it's looking going no more hot chili sauce. That's why it's doing that. And then the 3 feathers represents the 3 tribes.
Oh my God!
Of
What
the
3?
reservation.
In Texas, they have 3
Yeah,
tribes or what?
yeah, at the reservation where they had it.
Oh wow!
In the town of Terlingua. That's why it's the Terlingua Racing Team.
Man,
And-
I just thought it was a cool symbol. You know, like
no, that's why they did it. It's like their way of doing it, like how Ferrari put the logo on.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
their way of doing that kind of thing for the team. And the original GT350, the very first one that raced, was driven by Ken Miles in Dallas. And right before the race, they applied that decal on the car.
wow.
So it's been on since day one, the original race.
It does look like a Ferrari one from far away.
Yeah, that explains the logo.
Oh my God! You like this car?
These are the
old
ones. These are old ones.
I can tell you another thing too.
No, this is the real.
What makes a true
This is the real Ford.
what makes
Older. I have the new one.
they're
The
good.
new. I have the worst car in the world. It's a 2017 Ford Focus.
Really?
Worst car ever. I've replaced. This is the second transmission this week.
Oh, so you're talking about as
New-
far as the mechanics of it.
Mechanics, just the worst, expensive.
Right.
It's not worth the car's worth.
Well, you know-
I'm putting $20,000 into this car, and it's
Shelby built 6 Shelby version
Oh.
Focuses. Did you know that?
Oh my
They
God!
built
No
6 of
way!
them. Yeah, it was so cool because
up
I
to
don't
what
know.
year? Up to what year?
It might have been what 2000.
I bought a 6 and a 17.
Right. No, this one the four. It was the 4-door hatchback, and they had a yellow one, a white one, a red one, a black one,
Right.
and 2 other colors that were repeated. But I've seen one on the track. Those things actually, they had 4 guys in the car.
No way!
And that
Oh
thing
my
was
God!
actually out handling the 500s. Only because they were lighter. But on the straightaways, the 500 would kick in and leave in the dust. But
Oh
on
my
the turns,
God.
all those things were nasty. But they only built 6 of them.
And that's it?
That's it.
Just for racing prototypes or what?
It might have been like 2015 another time.
Because, I mean, the regular city, the standard Ford Focus was discontinued. And I could had so many problems. The consumers just, I mean, I felt like
There it is, guys. Racing. We learn a lot about racing, guys. Oh my God, look at this. Pretty cool. See, 4 wheels makes always people talk about all kinds of good stuff or bad stuff. But look at this. I learned something about this. Oh my God. The Jackrabbit asking for chili bowl. That's a chili bowl. He said he wants some more chili bowl. The 3 tries from Texas. Something new, guys. We learned something new, okay? This guy really gave us some history on the Ford Mustang and a little bit of history of everything. Oh my God. I like the history about the 2 stripes right here of different colors. To find out about racing drivers, you know, that they have the same color of cars. Wow.
This is an A-code.
Oh my God, I love this car, guys. Imagine if I was to drive this car every day like this guy does. People will be looking at you every day like, oh my God, look at that car. That's cool, guys. Look at that.
I went with the reproduction, the chrome kit, and it's to spec.
Wow, guys.
And I actually have real K-code stickers.
Pretty
on
awesome.
That's like 289 of them. A buddy of mine got a whole bunch from somebody that had them, old stock, and he gave me a couple sets. So I have one on here. I saved the other stuff.
Wow, that is cool, guys. I like that stuff.
But I tried to do everything according to what the
Remember,
race car was.
chili
for
bowl.
65.
He wants
The
some
only thing
chili
I haven't
bowl.
done is for traction bars. Yep.
Has it always been the same original color?
You know what? I don't know the exact. It's probably one in white, but yes, I think the factory said it was a white 65 A code. That's the actual disc brakes that were on the car, and it originally had an automatic transmission in it.
Oh my God.
Originally.
But I think stick is faster.
Yeah.
Right? I would agree with stick.
Yeah. I like the stick. If you're drag racing, though, you want an automatic. No, because you're going to get more consistent times, and it shifts faster.
That's true.
That's why a lot of
yeah.
automatic. But what they'll do is they'll get the ratchet shifting to where they don't have to use a clutch or anything. They just go bam, bam, bam.
Oh wow.
So you'll see a lot of the old school race guys
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
using the automatics, but they manually like shift them in.
That
But
is
there's no
good.
clutch involved in anything. And you don't have to go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
But you know what? Us guy gearheads, we love shifting. So who cares if it's
That was my first car, was stick. Hey guys, look at that.
And the last thing I did for modification, well, I added the oil cooler, but I'm not done routing it yet. But the last main thing I did was I actually went with true Shelby style exhaust. So basically, I don't have tri-wides I can use. I have Hedman headers, but they go to 3-inch collectors. They go to 2 1/4 pipes. I got them through Tony Brandon that sells continuation reproduction Shelby, official licensed Shelby parts. So this is to spec what the exhaust was for the GT350s. All it is straight dual coming from the 3-inch collectors with glass packs and then going to the side. There's no crossover. There's
But no headers either? No headers?
No, I got headers.
Okay, headers.
But I use Hedman.
Oh, okay.
So the Hedman actually have, I think they have thicker pipes.
Okay, all right.
Individual pipes that come off. Versus tri-wise, I think they're a lot smaller. And the tri-wise kind of go down and low, where these are a little more tighter. But they still, you can look underneath and they're pretty low.
Wow, that is cool.
That's fun.
Well, thank you for showing us some history, man.
The old Ford, those are the real Fords. I mean, now today's Ford is overpriced, and I don't know. I had such a bad experience.
Okay, guys, I have to let you guys go, okay? It was an awesome history that we learned from this gentleman. He knows his stuff. He taught me a lot of stuff today. Have an awesome day, guys. Adios.